Hello everybody. Bird just flew by. Oh, it's caught my attention. Welcome back to Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 197. Casual Conversations 102. Been, I don't know, 9 days, 10 days, looked like on YouTube since I did one of these. These are definitely slowing down. I don't care about reporting on the news anymore. Can always do news stories, but the main function of this lecture series remains to bring to light my ongoing violation of my constitutional rights. Article 1, Section 8, Subsection 7 of the United States Constitution gives me a right to my writings and my discoveries. The Fifth Amendment gives me the right to just compensation for the distribution of private property for public use, which my property is clearly being distributed. Why can't I get paid? Why can't I have a time frame? Or why can't I just be able to manage my own money and be happy? And maybe go do something besides another YouTube video that nobody's going to watch. But regardless, we'll be covering current events and talking points, relevant and random stories. Not really many stories today. Nothing super news happened. But this is exhausting. It's been exhausting. It remains exhausting. And I've earned so much. I've worked so hard. I've done so many things. I have so much literally intellectual property out there. I have 11 lecture series. I just want distribution of one. Or a time frame. Or my money. Or a job that's even remotely close to my skill level. Of anything. Just anything. I want to do something different. And I can't because I'm not allowed to network or socialize, and people will literally not acknowledge that I exist in this world. So that's always fun stuff, but again, I am the victim of prolific ongoing crime, and then what do we do in my hometown community? Blame the victim, because we don't have the emotional maturity to be anything besides really, really selfish individuals that are extremely privileged. So absolutely nothing has changed on that front. Again, I have a bar and restaurant opening and operating right now that could be doing way better if I was allowed to market it properly. If I had some sort of even local momentum, right? And so to the group of worldwide leaders or academics who knows what's going on, I can't just go buy more food at my restaurant. There's so many ways to get me money. There's so many ways. I've worked so hard and people just destroy all of my hard work. But that's been my whole life, man. I've been neglected and abused and blamed for it literally by every single person I have ever attempted to form a relationship with. Whether it's my family members, whether it's friends, whether it's girls, it just doesn't work because you guys are 14 forever. High school legitimately never ends. And so, Title 42, set to expire, raising immigration concerns on the southern border. It has expired. What is Title 42? It was I think it was a Trump-era restriction on immigration due to COVID concerns. And so now that the national security or the national emergency is over, then 42 expires, so I guess it's more easy to have illegal immigration. And so again, I would be strict on immigration policy, and I would make it a lot more easy to be assimilated into the United States or to any country. Really nothing else to say there. George Santos arrested on federal criminal charges. DOJ presses 13 counts including wire fraud, money laundering, and lying to Congress. 34 male. And this is the freak show that's lied about everything. Once you demonstrate lying to that ability, you should be immediately expelled from any sort of public office, of any office of repute, of any office of consequence. Immediately, no questions, fuck everybody. But so he's an extensive liar and arresting a member of Congress. It seems that the DOJ won't do that with a steadfast case. I think I just recently saw all of the House Republicans voted to keep him in, which is just, again, they're gang members, man. Our Congress, our House of Representatives, Joe Biden, all of our leaders, our local news reporters, they're all incompetent and refuse to actually report on the news. And we have a whole generation of baby boomers where whatever they hear is on the news is true. And there's more mathematical proofing out there than people have published or have read, and then they just have no idea how to do anything besides blurt out their insecurities, project their insecurities into a group of people, see how everybody else reacts to the insecurities, and then base it on their own values, which is nothing. Again, the ABC model. The alphabet is A through Z, all of the letters. People know A, B, and C. They might argue over D, E, and F, and then G on is just that's no, and I'm spelling words and constructing sentences. And you guys just can't, stop babbling because you're fucking children. But that dude absolutely should be in prison. That dude should absolutely, for certain, be expelled. And to see, House Republicans or the Senate people, I don't know if he's a representative or a senator, but all this, they stick their nose in the air and say we're doing good. It's disgusting. It's a bunch of grown men and women who have never had values. They have never grown up. They've never developed the ability to make decisions. They are not competent. They're not educated. They're whores. And again, that might be a harsh word for you fucking whores to hear, but it's true. They just play games and come all day. So stay in that lane and let me fucking do shit. Huh. There's no United States Constitution. And again, any statement of historical fraud is going to be prosecuted, whether that's in 24 hours. If I was allowed to be a human being today, that would be in 24 hours. If it's in 24 years because you guys never acknowledge science, you just love to slaughter kids, well then 3 generations of your family, every single person that's got a degree, think about that. This has been going on for 7 years. So you have people going from 11 years old to 18 and they're committing fraud. You have people going from 15 to graduating college at 22, where every single one of those pieces of paper is directly influenced by my research. It is fraudulent. I'm going to come for that. If I don't get to live my life, why do you guys get to live yours? Over $35,000 a year or a time frame. But saying like this from elected officials is absolutely unacceptable, and seeing people back them up, all of them should be expelled. We so genuinely need a fucking purge of this entire fucking shitty behavior. Whether it's politicians, whether it's business owners, whether it's law enforcement, they just don't do their jobs. And then they project their insecurity, and then they form gang members, and then they say, that's not what we're doing. No way, Jose. No. Que es una empanada? Yeah, so I guess a quick story. Again, treat myself to one luxury a week of not cooking and going to the food truck, as long as it's under $12 to $13. Over $15, I cannot afford it. But so I go there, and this dude's a Puerto Rican dude, and I just start like thinking out loud. And again, I'm not even talking in Spanish. He's like, you're trying to talk to me in Spanish. Again, 2-3 weeks ago, I ordered in fluent Spanish. It's not like I'm just sitting there thinking about food. My entire day is, do I feel safe enough, financially secure enough to eat a meal today? That is the only thought through my head. That is my only luxury. That's my only privilege, is if I can actually stomach a meal at the end of the day. That is it. That is my life quality for real. So this fucking dude's in there, he's like, just to speak English to me. And I'm not even like addressing him yet. I'm just like trying to read the menu. And he's like, he literally said to me, you're trying to speak Spanish and you don't know what an empanada is? It's like, don't you see how that's projection? If I am trying to speak Spanish, there's a good chance I don't know a lot of the vocabulary. So yeah. Yes, see. But he's like, just speak English. So how about this English? Fuck you, you wetback beaner. Give me my fucking food. How's that sound for English? So just do English. I'm trying to order food, and my life is destroyed. And that is, again, my only... I am in survival mode, and you guys are in privilege, play games, and come all day mode, like you've always been. Because this life is so set up for insecurity, for pathetic people, for really competitive people. But then he was like, it's like a deep fried calzone, or I was like calzone, and he was like, no, it's calzone. So now we have a Puerto Rican teaching me Italian, and I speak both, and it's just like definitely calzone. But again, you pronounce an Italian last name correctly, my goodness, you'll be crucified in 2 seconds by the guys that jerk off to Michael Franzese and Sammy Gravano on the internet. And so I just thought that was funny. A Puerto Rican, first telling me, you think you can speak Spanish and don't know all the words? Or like, you're trying to speak a language, you don't know all the words? What a shocker. Yeah, big shocker, bro. And then just calzone, we're going from Spanish to Italian, which is actually rather similar. And so a lot of the phonetic of Polish is actually similar to Italian and Spanish to me as well. Again, the consonants is a lot different, but there's some sounds from Polish where I guess like that definitely sounds Spanish influenced or vice versa. But regardless, and then saying calzone is not calzone, it's just like, okay, buddy. But regardless, I go to try to eat food, and then I have to get morally denigrated. I have to have somebody who's getting, I'm sure the guy in the back of a food truck has a lot of PhDs in language. Again, I'm a linguistical prodigy. Like, when I start interacting with language, you will start having a visceral reaction, and I'm just going to get disrespected. That is the only thing that's going to occur when that situation happens, which is 100% of my social interactions. Please pay me $3,000 a month so I can just stop dealing with your stupid, nasty, disgusting family members who have no ability to behave, or no ability to demonstrate maturity, or to do their jobs, or just to stop being disrespectful. They just can't. Elon Musk to step down as Twitter's CEO. Elon Musk is just such a fucking loser. Oh, no more titter, bro. No more chief titters. Yeah, go Elon, go, buddy, go. Please report on the news. If you actually want to help humanity, please do the right thing and report on the news, and that's it. Just enforce the law. Obviously, my research has no value, but just let me publish it. It's just say my name once in public. Say my name, say my name. I already remixed that song. But not much, again, not doing much trading. Jump back on my stock terminal for the first time in a while today. But again, if I could the $2 to $3 grand a month, that is barely livable wages. If I could maybe in some mythical universe get that to $4,000 to $5,000 a month, well then I would be actually going to have a risk tolerance for trading. Again, the first thing would be, again, being able to go to the grocery store. First luxury would be able to buy anything I want at the grocery store. The second luxury would be able to go out. Again, I don't have a budget for gas. I'm not using Uber. I have no lavish meals. I have nothing. I just sit here, living below poverty level, begging for constitutional rights, literally. And so I guess the other food truck story, there's really only 2 stories. Yeah, maybe minor stories today. But so then I go to the food truck this past Wednesday, and it's chicken sandwiches for like $12 and then fries for like $4. And again, I really can't go over like $12, $13. Again, beer and food budget is literally under about $15 a day. And again, people are like, well, drink less beers. It's like, I don't have a natural appetite. Beers are calories to me. My entire day is, can I put sustenance into my body? And so I could drink less beer, and then I would have to go cook another meal to get the food cost to about $5 or less. So it's like drinking less beer, then I'd have to eat another meal to try to consume more calories, and it's just this whole fucking shell game of how do I make enough money to eat food. And that is the only goal that I have here. Nothing to do with alcohol whatsoever. And seriously, my beer and food cost is less than like $15 a fucking day. I've budgeted as far down as you can. And again, I have all of the skill sets to cook, clean, at a very high efficiency rate. And so I go to this food truck and, ordering a chicken sandwich, and I'm just sitting there. And again, at an audibility level, where if you're not actively listening to me with some device, then you wouldn't even like acknowledge that I'm speaking, right? You wouldn't respond to me. Like if you're in person and somebody's saying something, you can tell who they're addressing. And so, by body language, who they're looking at, where do they raise their tone at, just like, hey you, not like raising your voice. And so you wouldn't even hear me, I'm just mumbling to myself. I fucking feel so disgusting, I can't order $4 of fucking French fries. So I'm just like, I can't fucking order food, I can't fucking order food. It is the most degrading shit in the world. But shout out to Chicken and Bites / curbside dish food truck. I can almost certainly tell that somehow they could fucking hear me. And again, I'm not raising my voice. Literally, I don't raise my voice to the point where, again, you could be standing 3 feet away from me and you would not even acknowledge that I'm speaking out loud. And so, but somehow I got magical fries in my tin, or in my little takeaway box, styrofoam box. So thank you for the free food to Chicken and Bites. I literally begged for food. I literally had to beg for food. Again, I'm not asking them for food, but just mumbling to myself how disgusting this is. How disgusting this life is. And it's true. It's fucking true. And all I need is financial stability. And people say, you're sad. I'm like, no, I've been doing entrepreneurship for 10 years because I got neglected out of college because you're not allowed to do scientific research because it'll offend somebody. And once you offend somebody, they're going to shut down. They are going to blame you. And they're going to assert any authority over you they can. As has happened every 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months of my entire life. And so I am literally over here begging for food. And that is the furthest thing from a joke whatsoever. And so no art, movies, TV, books, or any other publications are ever allowed to be produced about my life. Ever. Never, ever, ever, never, ever, never, ever. And so if you guys want to kick me out of society and act like I don't exist, again, this has been 7 years. You have destroyed my life. If my life doesn't have any worth, then my work has no worth. Return every bit of property that's been sent to MSRI or other places. If it is not returned, it must be destroyed. It must be burnt. And once it gets returned to me, well, I'm going to do with it what I want to do with it, which is destroy it. And so, do not acknowledge that I exist. Do not acknowledge that I exist. Pay me my money, $3,000 a month, comfortably, sustainably into the long term. I'm done. I'm just completely fucking done. I'm off this map. I'm going to go live a recluse life and be happy. And be away from this fucking nasty, judgmental, selfish, free-for-all, incompetent, shit fucking world that is America and now really humanity in general. So, that is what must occur. YouTuber pilot Trevor Jacob pleaded guilty to a felony charge after intentionally crashing an airplane on November 24th, 2021. Saw the video, it's pretty gnarly looking, but I guess he lied to authorities about intentionality as well as trying to cover up the wreckage or get there beforehand to recover the footage. And so yeah, I would imagine dive bombing a plane out of the air could cause some public danger, so that's probably a pretty good charge. Anything for the views, baby. And the one thing, again, you have to know your audience, and education there is no audience for education. Literally none. Literally none. So, man who fatally choked another NYC subway rider to surrender on manslaughter charge. Marine veteran Daniel Penny, 24, male. Semper Fi, hoorah. Fuck all law enforcement. Again, I'm on YouTube still, so I can't say what I think about law enforcement in its entirety, and it is not pretty. But
And because there's no laws. There are actually no laws. If you go on TV and say there's laws over the Constitution, you have to put an asterisk. Do not lie about history in public. All your podcasts, all your clips, all your publications are now bona fide, solidified in history forever on the internet. And I'm going to have a team, a humongous team, go through all of these clips, and every admission of guilt, every awareness of knowledge is fraud. It just is. And fuck you. So obviously I hate cops just because they won't do their jobs, and it has destroyed my businesses and my life and in my entirety of my existence. So, Semper Fi, go arrest that stupid fuck. Again, I don't actually know if the guy was being aggressive or whatnot. Blah, blah, blah. My TikTok is going well. Decided, hey, you might as well keep trying. Uploading twice a day to YouTube. Might as well throw up my old music videos, which, I have 150 musical copyrights. Throw that up with just the music content on TikTok with no effort to see if it does anything. Did it do anything? Of course not. So after about 2 weeks of TikToking, I've racked up 0 followers and 18 likes. So that's definitely going to help me boost my brand. Time travel is not possible. Projecting broken physics into philosophy. I watched Camp Gagnon with Jay King, and Gagnon is with the Mark dude from the Flagrant podcast, the white dude that's not Andrew Schultz with long hair. And so I just thought this would get the concept of time travel. Time is a measurement of inefficiency. What time is it? And so time travel is it makes no sense. But it's just, again, people talking about time travel or warp holes or space drives, and it's just broken physics plastered on with narrative and pop culture. And so, but those Jay King was saying he's been abducted by aliens, and again, listening to people talk about aliens, again, way too much intuition to understand again what exactly species differentiation makes it way different. Again, sexual reproduction, but listening to people describe alien encounters or visitations or interactions, which again, kind of been having that for a long time, and to me, it's the same as like watching people try to describe like LSD trips. They just don't have the words to describe what's going on, and then they just make up shit, and then they just sound goofy and weird. And again, I don't know anything about science. Let's talk about economics. Let's perform music. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about structured biology. Let's talk about trading or starting a business and see how crazy I see. But time travel makes no sense. And then he talks about like ghost or poltergeist. Dead people don't talk. Ghosts don't exist. Poltergeists don't exist. Telekinetic moving things with your mind doesn't exist. Apparitions don't exist. Dreams, again, are just processing whatever you're thinking about throughout the day. So, for example, I tend to have dreams. I dream a lot, and lucid dreams, like when you're aware that you're dreaming. Not so much anymore. I used to lucid dream. I have one once in a while, but I dream quite a bit that I'm Spider-Man, or that I have the ability to like shoot spider webs out of my hand like Spider-Man. And then you might say, "Oh, you're thinking about Spider-Man." And it's like, no, I play Halo for about an hour a day, and there's the grapple shot. And so I'm literally just like, and there's vibration on the controller. So when I shoot the grapple shot, I get some sort of intuition of what it'd like to be like swinging on a rope or rappelling or grappling forward. And so it's just the intuition of the vibration, literally from my Xbox controller being mapped into Dream World where now I'm Spider-Man. And so, not like actually Spider-Man, just the ability to do that. And I have that pretty frequently, but that's because I play Halo pretty frequently. And so dreams mean nothing. It's just processing real stimuli in your sleep, and you can project, more unreal things as you're processing that information. And so all of that conversation, it just sounds like when people say they see entities on, heroic doses, which is a heavy dose of LSD or DMT or shrooms, and I've done that all. And nope. literally not once have I seen anything. Nope. But people, again, they're just trying to describe their experience in the same way, like, oh, I caught a fish and it was this big. Oh, I had this experience and it was this crazy and I saw this elf. No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. No, you didn't. You don't know how to explain the world around you, and you project insecurities on the backdrop of imagination. Right? We have TV shows and books, and the ability to think abstractly. And so that's the same thing based on a little bit of experience. Or a little real experience, having some sort of alteration in your brain pass, so you process the data differently, so your brain becomes more aware, and you form more new neural networks, and then new synapses connect, and you can say, oh, I started seeing this. No, you're just exaggerating the experience. Doyle Brunson, pioneer of poker, dies at age 89. I've been playing poker still. Again, just when I'm producing content and watching these movies, I'll throw up $1 or $3 poker game. Again, my account right now is at $49. That's been a lifetime account for 8 years, and it's just background noise while I'm gathering content. But did a little poker series. Obviously that went nowhere. Nothing I do is ever going to go anywhere. But definitely knew of the guy. But just some news from the poker world. Again, I thought I'd sport the bulletproof vest because I thought we'd have a lot more shootings, but probably should have done this one for last episode when we had literally 15 shootings. But 3 killed and 6 injured in New Mexico shooting rampage. Attack seemed to be purely random, shooting at random houses, cars, and people. Meaning completely random, meaning there wasn't a supermarket or a gay club or a mosque. It was just some dude walking down a neighborhood. Whereas I love the differentiations. Purely random would be mass shootings, going to get the most bodies. The dude at what are the other 17 million shootings in the past 5 minutes where he stalked the mall and then went and shot there somewhere in Texas. This guy just seemed to be I'm just having one episode of I don't know how to be a mature adult and I'm just gonna start shooting stuff randomly without even a kind of a plan. So he'd probably go pretty low on the mass shooting draft list. Jay Moran suspended from the Memphis Grizzlies for flashing a gun on social media. $200 million contract or being hard with the homies, them Glock 9s, them Berettas, them SIGs. Those FNs, those Smith & Wessons. I'm going to go with the $200 million I'm going to be on my good behavior for the $200 million. But people are just fucking idiots. Jada Pinkett Smith's Queen Cleopatra, streaming on Netflix, is the lowest rated show in Rotten Tomatoes history. Haven't seen it. Don't care about any of the drama. Again, on a TV show, if you have anything interesting in the writing script, I don't give a single fuck about any of the politics. Just something to make me think, have a thought, react, whatever. Maybe it is good. But I don't know, just hit the news and I watch a lot of TV shows and a lot of movies. We got a lot more movies now just because I can watch one thing for 2 hours and make content out of it. But I will be watching in the Mayans' final season, Justified, Primeval. And those both come out start this summer and they're on Hulu. So I get my Prime free trials up. I'll probably jump off Hulu for a month or two, maybe do HBO Max. And that's up there. That's like $10 a month, I think. But there's a lot of movies on there I wanted to review. But I'll definitely be back on Hulu for the final season of Mayans, as well as the Justified Primeval. A 12-year-old Texas boy charged with murder after shooting Sonic Drive-In employee. The victim was Matthew Davis, 32 male, had a 10-year-old son. He was recently released from prison and was getting his life on the right track. And the 12-year-old's brother or uncle or whoever was taking a piss in the parking lot. Manager comes out hey man, stop being an ape and pissing all over the place in public. And the 12-year-old's got to show up for the gang, hard, I'm so tough, and kill the Sonic employee. Yeah, it's so tough, bro. So tough. Any fucking monkey can squeeze a fucking trigger. Rudy Giuliani accused of demanding oral sex while on the phone with Donald Trump. It's fucking hilarious hearing these stories about these old fucking, they look like Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett and Rudy Giuliani and all these big figures, and you guys are all old as fuck now, look like fucking fat, retired Ninja Turtles. You're all sitting there like this, well, just gonna Warren Buffett, I'm just gonna drink my Diet Cokes and eat my snacks. Definitely no cryptocurrencies. Charlie, wake up. Oh, well, what Warren? Oh, yeah, no cryptocurrencies, no. And Rudy Giuliani's over here hey Donald, I'm doing well, man. Hey, Susan, come suck these saggy balls. Okay, Rudy. These are fucking freak shows, man. It's so weird that I can't get a girlfriend and actually know how to treat women properly. And you guys just know how to fucking flex and be the alpha male, be the tough guy, be the big dog. And I guess seeing people behave like that and get old as fuck and just look like shriveled up and wrinkled pieces of shit is fucking hilarious to me. But what an absolute scumbag Rudy Giuliani is. Lauren Boebert files for divorce after telling women in rocky marriages to start chasing Jesus. Hypocrites will hypocrite. That will occur, all of the times, completely inconsistently because they're just selfish and projecting. And they can't change their behavior like every single human being I have ever met or ever been exposed to. And I have the fucking internet. So yeah, hypocrites will hypocrite. Dianne Feinstein says she hasn't been gone from the Senate after months-long absence, calling for her resignation. 85 female. Instant expulsion. Instant expulsion. We need a constitutional amendment to make our politicians not be this fucking incompetent. You demonstrate something this incompetent, this fucking hypocritical, you're out. You're just done. And anyway, you guys are all fucking stupid. That's the funniest thing of all of this, is that people get so offended for calling them fucking stupid, and they are demonstrably incompetent and fucking stupid. So, get her out. New 3D scans of the Titanic wreck site have been revealed. Oh no, interesting historical event, obviously. I looked at the pictures briefly. They're out there if you want to go see them. Logan Paul is an anti-vaxxer. Watched the Ice Cube Impulsive episode. Glad to see Ice Cube has now hit the Impulsive and the full send. Just the podcast circuit's still rocking. And again, as how many people are aware of my work, can disseminate scientific information, stop killing children, is hundreds of thousands. And it's just no. And so the world will change whether I'm alive to see it or not, and then everybody who's committed treason must be punished with death. Capital punishment is what occurs for 100% guilt, definitive what's occurred, and treason. Like routine treason, genocide, endangering lives profoundly. You guys are incompetent, it's proven science, cannabis is medicine, prescribe it. Oh, we're not sure? Well, it's not my job to make you sure. It's proven. Shut the fuck up and listen. But Logan Paul's 100% an anti-vaxxer. And so, Logan, you will be criminally prosecuted. I'm going to put your businesses to zero. I'm going to absolutely snuff out your fucking life in the same way you won't acknowledge that I exist. And I can cite you on... Oh, some people watch us, I don't know why. And then Mike Malak goes, oh, the dude, greats are from Ohio. And we kind of pause for like a fraction of a second because I pop into your brain. I can find all of these things on the internet. And I will. I'm a team of people to do this. And then bam, that is admission of guilt to fraud. And then full fucking price, brother. And so any false statements about proven scientific history is being criminally prosecuted to the fullest extent as soon as you guys stop committing global treason. Which will probably never happen. They'll probably just body bag me, but I don't give a fuck. Please and thank you. Like, actually, could not give a single fuck. Montana governor signs bill to ban TikTok in the state. Again, I just talked about my great TikTok success. And as a consumer, I don't even like the fucking site. I don't know how to do it. Like, not like a boomer sense. I just get on the app and it's just like one video's right there. It's like there's no like home page. It's just like you have to go follow people, but like I don't really like the short form content of videos anyway. So I'm definitely not addicted to TikTok. I've been on it like a couple times. I've posted on it, but like I haven't scrolled once. I don't even know, like, I follow 3 people just to see if, like, more stuff would pop up. So you just kind of get, like, random shit. And, I don't know, they're just not interesting videos to me. Kind of like some of the recipes, but TikTok is not, as a consumer, just does absolutely nothing for me. But will that ban work? Again, I was listening to them talk about it as it's not like a geofence thing where it's not like you go into the state of Montana geographically, your app will not work. And so they said it's going to be pretty impossible to enforce without the geographical border. But the website has done nothing for me on a business or getting my brand out there, which has been destroyed by slander and gossip and lies and denigration and reputation destroyed. But I threw it up there on TikTok, didn't work, shocker. So I don't really care if it gets banned someone tried to use it to promote business. Meghan Markle and Harry say they were chased chaotically by paparazzi through the streets of New York. Cool. Singapore hangs second citizen in 3 weeks for cannabis trafficking. Bad writing. 3 weeks for trafficking cannabis despite calls to halt execution. The man was unnamed from requests of the family for privacy. He was a 37 male. He spent 7 years in jail after being convicted of trafficking 1.5 kilos, or about 3.3 pounds of cannabis. They also had another guy who had about 1 pound, and they didn't even find him with the drugs. They just connected the cell phone numbers to the actual person. And so, again, I am 100% for hardline mandatory death sentences, for 100% guilt for extreme and egregious crimes, like global conspiracy and treason, and that kills millions and millions of people globally, and everybody involved in that. But that's definitive guilt. That is definitive guilt. There's nothing to say there. And now your laws have to be consistent with human behavior. And so when you ban cannabis, when in reality it should be prescribed as medicine, because you guys are all fucking idiots, and the maturity level of our species is 7%, and so that it spans and permeates and integrates into all facets of the human behavior, and my maturity level is, 95%, and you guys are fucking children. And again, forget me, forget you, here's proven science. If I drop a pen, it's going to fall down. There are certain things that are fucking true. Cannabis is an antioxidant that reduces inflammation at all costs, with no side effects, with no just comorbidities or whatever proper technical medical term is there. But again, anybody in the Singaporean government that is distributing my science to feed their stupid fucking chinked out fucking kids should be executed for treason. If you execute people for trafficking cannabis, which is proven medicine, you guys are just fucking hard-lined idiots. You guys are actually stealing my entire life's work and distributing it to teach all your stupid kids. So let's execute those people. Again, as a statement of law and as a statement as a world fucking leader. But some related things, just like related laws around the area. Indonesia executed 112 drug-related prisoners after pausing since 2016. And again, execution for drug-related crimes should absolutely be illegal. Thailand legalized cannabis, which is one of the neighbors, and Malaysia has ended mandatory death penalty for serious crimes. So again, I would demand death penalty for serious crimes, but they have to be 100% proven and 100% egregious. And so this is just our group of monkeys on a rock, and we don't know how to live. But as always, final story, I've attempted to report crime to the FBI hundreds of times now. If you call them, you can get a person on the line for about 5 seconds to mock you. Again, I called them and I said I was a federal judge. Again, by merit, I am a fucking judge. I teach all of the judges, literally, whether you acknowledge that or not. And she literally goes, yeah, okay. Like, how fucking stupid are you guys? Like, I am demanding the entire Cincinnati and Columbus office that anybody that has worked there while I have been documenting this be in prison until they're dead for treason, for facilitating crimes. Whether you're an operator, I don't give a fuck. If I call the police officers, whoever picks up is liable. I have done everything I could. Write politely, write nicely, come in person, do demonstrations, put up a fucking billboard, post on the internet every day. And so I have, again, it's just done. You guys declared the war and I'm gonna fucking finish it. Whether that's today or in 24 hours, if you contacted me today, in 24 hours you'd have lawsuits and charges, or in 24 years when you guys stop killing your kids and finally all the old people die the fuck off and somebody, one human being acknowledges that I exist. This is a ticking time bomb of you guys getting fucked, and it's just going to be worse. But again, you can get mocked or you can get hung up on. But again, you can apply to report crime in the United States. We're not allowed to report crime in the United States. Any false statements of history is being prosecuted and charged. And so, if the COVID thing has ended, why can't they won't let me sit down with an agent because they know it's fucking true and they're gang members. You guys are gang members that steal taxpayer dollars. I can't opt out of sales tax when I go buy something. And so, again, beginning to end, I'm trying to feel safe enough so I can eat food comfortably. I don't even care if I have my rights respected. I just need a time frame or ability to pay my bills, and I have 15 careers sitting on the internet. I'd relocate to any country. I can learn any fucking language in a fucking on the plane ride there. I want my life to be different. I want it to get better. I have done everything I can to put myself in a place to have an opportunity. And then it doesn't happen in the exact reverse. Right? Again, the reason my mom says to me, see, I haven't had that, which is so insane to me, about all of the interactions at the apartments, all of them. And it's just, she thinks she's giving me money, she doesn't want me to do better than her, she's me. And I'm just like, can I feel safe enough to eat? You birthed me onto this planet, can I feel safe enough to eat food? Mother. Oh, well, ABCs of values, we're giving you money. No, you're not. It's a secured asset. I've done everything I can. I'm applying to jobs. I'm trying to start businesses. I'm looking at businesses to buy. I can't find a way to get into the shell game of life. Of all the people that snorted coke and blacked out 4 times a fucking week and went to college and cheated on 2 tests a semester, and now they have a piece of paper and someone to give them an opportunity. I can't compete with that level of pathetic. I can't. And so, anytime you demonstrate education. Oh, and one other just random point, but on the TikTok going well, I got 1 copyright strike with no views on the video on an original song. And I have a bunch of cover songs and maybe 2 original songs on there, and I posted like 10 times. But I literally got copyright strike for my own original recording and my own original writing. So copyright claims are going well on there, but doing everything I can to try to get into this world financially. And that's all I need, $3,000 a month, and I am just done. But no one will acknowledge I exist, no one will respect my rights, no one will give me a time frame of publication, no one will give me a time frame of anything, publication of anything, a performance. I could be a touring musician, a touring lecturer in about 15 different things, a department chair, a president of a university, president of my own university. or just being on a nice country estate and being able to go to walk and enjoy nature. I'm a country dude. I'm a casual outdoorsman. Like, I'm not gonna go climb Mount Everest, but I'd sit around a campfire every fucking night, drink some beer. Fuck, sign me up. And so, like camping or basic boating, stuff like that, just being outside and not doing a bunch of fucking YouTube videos that nobody watches. So if anybody could find the decency to treat me like a human being or simply oblige their legal obligations, I would be appreciative. That would be a nice thing to do. And it would be the legally obligated thing to do. But we can do basically whatever we want, and we like to torture Brad and kill kids because we're incompetent. So thank you for watching another episode of Language Litigation Integration Part 197, Casual Conversations 102. And I'm sure these will slow down because I just tired of reporting on the same shit all day and it's going absolutely nowhere. And so, my life is fucked. My life is so fucked. I've been such a good person to people and they just scapegoated me and blamed the victim. Nothing else to say. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.